I'm joined on the set for the press review by Deepti Laurent. Hi, Deepti.
Hi, Jeannie.
A lot of focus still on that standoff between Russia and the West.
That's right. The British papers are actually headlining on this today, but they're headlining on Boris Johnson's visit to Kiev yesterday to meet with Ukraine's leader, Vladimir Zelensky. That you see on the front page of The Guardian. It's also on the front page of The Independent today. Johnson warning about Russian preparations for an imminent military campaign and accusing Vladimir Putin, the Russian president, of holding a gun to Ukraine's head. He also warned, The Independent says, he also threatened, to impose UK sanctions the moment that Russian troops entered Ukraine. So a lot of tough talking from Boris Johnson.
This tough guy approach from the UK seems to be a very deliberate strategy to the crisis in Ukraine, at least according to one of the articles you've seen.
Yeah, that article is from Politico, which actually says it's sort of part of Britain's Brexit approach to things. It's very interesting, this article. They explain that in the Ukraine crisis, Britain senses an opportunity to demonstrate it can be more, quote, diplomatically nimble since Brexit. It's become more proactive, basically. In recent weeks, it's really, stepped up to Russia, disclosing, for instance, security intelligence as proof that Russia is actively trying to replace Ukraine's leader. In a nutshell, Britain is keen to show that post-Brexit, it's taking a strategy of active deterrence rather than the EU way of diplomacy, which is more about reacting after the fact.
Next, now, there's been a new climate change report, and ecologists have made some alarming discoveries.
Well, this new study, Jeannie, looked at ocean heat content with basically scientists analyzing sea surface temperatures over the past 150 years. And they discovered that extreme heat in the world's oceans passed the point of no return in 2014. So that was 8 years ago. In the study, they discovered that extreme temperatures occurring perhaps just 2% of the time a century ago is now happening 50% of the time, in some cases 90% of the time. The 5 worst affected areas include off the north coast of the US and Canada, Somalia, Indonesia, and the Norwegian Sea. And scientists say these findings are really proof that extreme climate change is not going to happen. It's already happening.
All right, let's switch topics a little bit now. And there are 2 new world records that have been set for lightning flashes. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the World Meteorological Organization has confirmed these 2 new world records, which were set in 2020. The world's longest flash, extending about 770 kilometers and spread across Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas. So 770 kilometers, that's about the equivalent of London to Hamburg in a lightning flash. It's pretty incredible. The second flash was on the Uruguay-Argentina border, and they said that flash set the record for the longest bolt lasting 17 seconds. These mega flashes were recorded thanks to new satellite tracking technology.
All right. Next, then, there's an unusual visitor who tried to breach security at the U.S. Defense Department's headquarters on Monday. What's this?
Well, that unusual visitor was an adventurous and lost chicken, Jeannie. Apparently, this chicken tried to peck its way into one of the most secure buildings in the world. The bird unsuccessfully tried to enter the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, early Monday morning. It was actually picked up by Arlington Animal Control officers. I guess the Pentagon was fearing a enemy of the state, maybe.
Clever.
Those officers then turned to Twitter users to come up with a good name for the bird. One person has suggested Chick Cheney. I saw Colin Fowl somewhere. Or my favorite, Hentagon.
I like Colin Fowl. I think that's a good
that's not
one.
bad. Or Chick Cheney.
All right, let's wrap up now, Deepti, where women in West Yorkshire have inadvertently helped police find a convicted felon after a social media post garnered a lot of attention.
Yeah, the West Yorkshire Police, Jeannie, issued an appeal last week on social media to help find this 37-year-old criminal, Jonathan Cahill, who broke his parole. A picture of his photogenic mugshot sparked 95,000 replies, some dubbing him criminally hot. One person said, quote, "He could break and enter my premises anytime," while another offered to leave the back door of her house open for the criminal on the run. Anyway, fortunately for the police, thanks to this fawning social media reaction, they actually managed to capture the criminal. And that was less than a week after they posted his mugshot. He was dubbed Britain's fit felon.
Being good looking can get you in trouble and get you caught. That's
exactly.
good to know. All right, Deepti, thank you so much for that. Deepti Laurent there with the press review today.